Hey guys, Luxi here. Today I want to show you guys a really fun mobile game. Before you hit on mobile games, let me tell you that I have been trying to find like a game that's similar to Slay the Spire. And for all you Slay the Spire fans out there, I have found the game for you, and it's called Night of the Full Moon. It's played on mobile, I know, but when you see the game, you'll realize that how close it is to a roguelike game, and I'm sure that many of you guys will enjoy this game as well. So without further ado, let us jump into the game. And so you start off with selecting different characters, and each character can be bought at, USD $1. And the thing about like the different characters is that each of them have different starting cards. This means that although the game is pretty similar, but you can play it with different characters and have a different deck, have a different experience, and all that jazz. So we are gonna jump into the hard mode of the free-to-play character and see how we fare. Okay, so basically you have random enemies that pop up based on your level, and you have to clear all the pages before you can progress to the next chapter. So let's go with Fairy Blessing first. So maybe we'll try to clear chapter 1. I've cleared the easy mode, but yeah, I've not actually cleared the hard mode nor played the hard mode yet, so we'll see how we fare. So similarly, you will want to try to streamline your deck as much as possible, get like the basic attack cards out. And for the shops wise, you'll always be given 3 random cards. So let's go into a battle and see how the gameplay is like. So you will play cards to damage your enemy. Whoa, okay, so that just did like almost half my HP. And holy shit, okay, so I'm down at 2 HP for the first enemy. That's pretty damn insane. I was so sure that it will go more smoothly than I expected. Okay, let's see what card we can get. Deal 3 damage, the enemy loses all their mana. Why not? Take what we can get for now.
Finish them all soon.
Should we fight the lumberjack and risk it? I think let's just upgrade our card, just for maybe better chance. I think I'm gonna discard this shop. It's too risky to fight them now.
Where is my cat?
Damage by 4 and heal by 4. So healing and armor, as you might know, would be pretty helpful. And I might be dead on the second enemy. But that's just, yeah. So you can watch a video, like a promotional video, to resurrect, but god damn, I think that was just bad RNG. But you know, that's how it goes with all these roguelike games, right? You get to
watch out for the
cards like Fireball against you in 2 rounds and you just die. Okay, let's see if we do better, alright? Yeah, I know. Dying at like the first battle, it's pretty bad, but I'm sure we'll fare better this round.
In your eyes.
I see hope in your eyes. Ask about grandma. So this game's theme is basically based around Red Riding Hood, in which you are trying to kill the werewolf that kidnapped your grandma. So it's a simple yet interesting and familiar storyline. Yeah, I hope I survive longer this round so that I can show you guys more of the game. Deal 3 damage, 1 damage, 1 damage. Alright. I think we are doing better now. Instead of the 2 fireballs. Okay, so every time you level, you are able to choose like 2 different cards. Deal 1 damage, draw 1 card. When you use an attack card, get this card from your deck. Deal 1 damage, draw 1 card. This seems interesting. Let's try this card. So, what I really like about
Finish them all soon.
my roguelike games is that
early.
every game is
What are you doing
similar
here?
but different at the same time, in which you have to use your deck building skills as well as think about like future cards you want to get and strategy. Just like Slay the Spire. I mean, this video is pretty much based around how similar this game is to Slay the Spire and how fun it is. Because of that. Oh shit, that card is actually insane. Means every time I play an attack card, I'll draw it.
All year round in the dark forest.
Interesting. I didn't actually come across that card when I played it the previous time. Okay, Fairy Blessing. Let's see what we get.
You have a brave
We get
heart.
money. Discard a card. I think we always go for this card to cut just to streamline our deck even more. And the thing is, you can X out like cards if you don't want them. For example, for this I already select a card to upgrade. Let's see what the shop
Don't miss
has
it.
to offer. So each card has, usually the attack cards will have 3 stars, and I mean the higher the stars go means the more upgraded it is. And usually you will want to get 3-star cards, as it's more expensive to upgrade it. So let's check out the cards and see what we get. Draw 2 cards, shuffle 2 freeze to your deck. Deal 3 damage. You deal 1 additional piercing damage for each points of armor. So this card would work if you have a lot of armor gain, but we do not. And this card is deal 2 damage and restore by the same amount. Pretty good, but it's a 1-star card, so I think we're not gonna buy any of it. And I think we're still
Children are
doing
not
fine,
allowed
so
to go to the dark
let's
forest.
continue fighting and farm more gold.
I am ordered to guard this place. No entry with a full moon.
Okay, yeah, that card is insane. Whatever that card name is just now. I think I need to check out the name later. Okay. Yeah, it's a support card. Oh, it's just called support. Deal 1 damage, then you draw this card. Okay. So unlike Slay the Spire, you don't exactly discard all the cards in your hand. You are able to keep up to a maximum cards in your hand per round, but this increases the more you level up. Oh man, that card is actually insane.
You are so stubborn.
Okay.
I told you not to go out
You are
during
more
a full
stubborn
moon.
than me. Okay.
Why on earth would your grandma
Could it
go
be
out
the
into the dark
werewolf?
woods? Could it be
Alright, I think we are
the
doing
werewolf?
pretty well so far. Each character draws 3 cards. Let me discard all non-attack cards. Interesting. I think I want to get more cards. It's always good when you are able to like cycle through the deck. Actually, I'm not very sure what is the next intersection for. I mean, if you want to avoid enemies and you go to the next intersection, you basically discard the enemy card, which is good for you. But in the long term, I feel that you need to... Oh, deal 6 damage. Okay. But in the long term, I feel that you need to kill everything on your way, because you'll lose out on experience if you don't. So for example, for this, I saved both my cards. And let's go with support. Deal 1 damage, deal 1 damage. Okay. Another thing that it's different and cool is that you get abilities as you level up. So for example, my first ability is that I'm able to use the card twice, meaning that if I have a really strong attack card, I'll be able to play it twice. Okay, so like sometimes your opponents will have counter cards, which just brings more makes it more dynamic. Okay, so I play this card to trigger the reaction, and yeah, I think I'm there. Okay,
What we are
doing well,
experiencing
doing
is
way
not
better
a
than the first
dream.
game.
Crows know a lot of things, but human
So we are
people
just
sent me to
farming
guard this
gold,
field.
building up our cards. Each character draws 3 cards. Okay. Ooh, that just did. That was the fireball that killed me the first time. And oh, I didn't really notice this, but yeah, it's pretty much a tracker for the cards that the opponent played. And what I have to say is that, I mean, if you get like sick of this class, you can always pay money to try the other classes, and
Priestess
I have to say they are a
selfless,
ton of fun
beneficent,
because
and
adds
great.
different mechanics into the game, like mana and like prayer. For example, the longer that you wait, the more damage or the more health that you heal. So
I just said a few words.
yeah,
Oh, no.
definitely
Because I'm guilty, right? I'm
very
guilty.
interesting. Okay, so far, as you can
These
see, the
potions
game
will
is
change your
fairly
appearance.
easy to pick up and learn, even for first timers who don't play card games that often. Equipment, so maybe let's upgrade this, and no other cards, so I'll just upgrade this. Yeah, maybe I can go a bit into the different cards. So you have the equipment cards, whereby every time you play the card during combat, it will last throughout the round, and normal attack cards just do damage. And then you have action cards. Basically, each turn you have a given amount of actions, and you can increase it based on your level, based on like certain events. Yeah, and they do some sort of things for you.
By the way,
so
people
let's
who are
discard
allergic to
this
pumpkins
page,
and mushrooms should
and
Where are my shoes?
we're left with 8 pages for the first chapter.
Wine.
So it's
I
going
want
pretty well,
more
I suppose. Okay, go save this card. Damn, I just discarded the card. And I think this game has fast mode as well, so if you think that the cycling of the cards like for the enemy is too slow, you can just go for the fast mode and just speed through it. Okay, let's just use up the bandages, and Is this the last boss?
You'll
Vampire.
smell like blood.
See all my cards here. So my deck doesn't really have like many new cards because pretty much saved up most of the gold. Okay, let's draw 3 and support, cycle through more deck cards. Okay, and I'll save the 2 cards. So unfortunately, I don't have any armor gain to be able to use that card. Like piercing attack. Do 1 additional damage for every 4 points of armor you have. Cycle again. Wow. Actually my card is pretty damn insane in terms of card draw for now. And I don't know if it's worth it giving him so many cards. Oh no. I think it might backfire soon. Yeah, I think this should do it. Alright.
Secrets.
So I think that was the last boss. So you can watch ads and get double the gold, but we are just not going to since I'm making this video. And I think I'll just get one more action. So yeah, basically if you clear all the enemies, you will get to this last page, and when you turn the page, you will go to the next chapter. But let's like finish up the chapter in the sense that let's look through all the cards here. So I can upgrade a card. This is good. Oh, then there's the Amnesia Tavern, in which you can forget a card. So usually you want to take out the basic attack cards. Yeah, you basically see a lot of similarities with Slay the Spire, and I'm definitely not complaining, as Slay the Spire was tons of fun and I'm very glad to have found this.
Check these
Okay.
out.
This
You'll
card
find what
basically
you
allows you to
need.
deal 3 damage and cycle 8 armor. Copy the effect of 1 action card you use this turn. Nope. Okay, let's see.
Where is
Deal
my cat?
25 damage. Permanently exile this card. Deal 2 lightning damage. So it's total of 6. At the start of your turn, gain armor times 2. I wonder whether it's times 2 or 2 armor. If it's 2 armor a turn, that's pretty damn good. But I think, yeah,
Don't miss
swap
it.
time. I think I'll just go with this. And maybe the armor card for me to be able to utilize this card, which, wait, where is it? This card. Deal 1 damage for every 4 armor you have. Okay, and there you have it. So we come to the last page and the end of the chapter, and then we'll go on to the next chapter and the story continues. More enemies, more complex battles, more status effects, more of everything. So I hope you guys check out this game, as I think it's tons of fun, and if you enjoy Slay the Spire and other roguelike games, definitely check out this one. Tons of replayability value. And let me know what you think about this game, and thanks for watching.